heard this word being used, the word Babylon. I just want to say this. Through biblical interpretation, Babylon was a tower built in Iraq. And those people at that time were trying to build a tower to reach heaven. But the Creator didn't like it. So the Creator decided to make all the people of the earth speak different languages. Because at that time, all the people of the earth spoke one language. And the Creator decided to make all the people of the earth speak different languages, so they couldn't finish erecting this tower to reach heaven. And according to biblical prophecy, the tower fell over and it burned. Now this is the Rastafari interpretation of the Bible and the right interpretation of the Bible. Because you see, Babylon is also a false spirit that since then has tried to capture mankind and say material wealth is more important than human life, when in fact in reality it's the other way around. Human life is more important than material wealth. And his false spirit since then tried to capture mankind, convince us to try to build this tower again. This is biblical interpretation now. Through interpretation of the Bible, the right interpretation. Now you see, Babylon, the Tower of Babel can't be built again. Because since then, the people of the earth all speak different languages, so it's impossible to build this tower to reach heaven. And you see, the false spirit mentioned in the Bible is the false spirit that tried to convince mankind that material wealth is more important than human life, when in fact the reality is the other way around. Human life is more important than material wealth. Human life is more important than house, money, car, diamond, watches, jewelry, pearls, gold, silver, and any kind of fancy car you can think of. Human life is the most important thing. Because I take my life as being more important than material wealth. And I take people's life as being more important than material wealth. Because bowing to material wealth is bowing to idols. Something that's going to disappear one day. Because materialism is vanity. So if anything I'm saying makes sense, then can I get a drink to that? Rastafari I live, Selassie I live. You see, Babylon doesn't exist anymore. As I said, the story is that the Tower of Babel was a building that the people in Iraq at that time erected to try to reach heaven. And when they were building this tower, before the time they're building this tower and right up until the time they're building the tower, the people of the earth spoke one language, so simply they could cooperate in building the tower. And then the Creator didn't like the fact they're building this tower to reach heaven, so the Creator decided to make all the people of the earth speak different languages, so they couldn't finish building the tower to reach heaven. That's the interpretation of the Bible and the right interpretation of the Bible. And through biblical prophecy, the Bible say the tower fell over and it burned. This is biblical interpretation and the right interpretation. So you see, Babylon doesn't exist anymore. So can I get a drink to that? Rastafari, yeah, shalom.